So, Paul Duddridge, let's talk about it. Trump's court verdict is more legal trouble around the corner. Is that how it's faring for him?
Yes, it's Happy Mother's Day from the United States, by the way. Yes, so Trump was found liable on Tuesday for the Carroll case in New York. A case, by the way, that they had to change the law on statute of limitations in New York to even bring, because this event had happened like 30 years ago. This alleged event had happened 30 years ago. And so it was outside the statute of limitations, but they changed the law so that you had 1 year that you could bring historic events to court. So no rigging there, not a political action at all. But it's opened the floodgates now. You're going to start seeing Trump in court. We already had him, the 34 felonies in New York, and now we have the Carroll. The next is probably going to be Georgia, where they'll accuse him of stealing votes. And then the January the 6th committee will report, and obviously he's going to be, I can't imagine they're going to say, nah, just let him off. He's going to be done for inciting an insurrection, which didn't happen on January the 6th. And so he's going to be facing 4 or 5 major court actions and any more that they can find billionaires to fund.
They just literally won't leave him alone. I mean, it's becoming to be quite obvious, actually, that this is an attack on him. Is this likely to affect his support?
It has. It's had a major effect on his support. He's up 3 points since the finding that he's liable on Tuesday. He actually has increased popularity by 3 points. His poll ratings went up. He did a CNN town hall, they call it. He did a town hall debate with CNN, and CNN were hoping to crush him, but it was in New Hampshire and the audience were completely on his side. It was just one of the most wonderful bits of, it's like the night they buried CNN, they're describing it as here. So no, it's only working positive. It seems so foolish that the establishment is going for him this way, because it is increasing his popularity. If anybody was ever seen as being the subject of unfair, abusive system, it's Donald Trump, and it's working in his favor. It must be very taxing, it's very expensive, it's very tiring, but it is actually being counterproductive for anybody that's trying to bring him down.
So why don't they stop? Why don't they give up on the tactic and do something else? Why are they so entrenched in this behaviour that they think that it's going to work? It's not working, it's working in reverse. Why don't they do something else? Because
the head of the party basically is Joe Biden. Yes. And if you think of these are the level of strategists that we have. People like Alvin Bragg in New York are making their name from this. You wouldn't have heard of most of these players were it not for them getting the traffic and the hashtag of Donald Trump incorporated in their little Twitter feed. So I think there's a misuse of the system. They believe strategically the system's going to take him down. And most people on that establishment side don't understand the other half of America that sees what's playing out. It's Remainers. It's as you're talking about Keir Starmer. You think that's going to work? That's going to just resurrect everybody who's a leaver. It's the same thing. It's half the country doesn't talk to the other half of the country. They think we think they're wrong, they think we're evil. And they just do not understand that we see through their strategies. But it's a combination of ego, vanity, self-righteousness, hubris. It's all these kind of elements. This is what the left always do.
And in terms of if he's found guilty, briefly, what will that do to him? Can he be arrested? Can he be imprisoned?
He could be imprisoned and still run for president. He could be imprisoned and he could actually run the country from a prison cell. So the end game for them isn't that satisfying anyway. They're hoping to discredit him, not realizing that, as he's been described as a mud monster, the more mud you throw at him, the bigger he gets. So there's nothing that could stop him running for president or becoming president. They're trying to discredit him. It isn't working. It's actually working against them.